Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a daily tarot snapshot reading. So it's a one-card pull focusing on the energy surrounding us on each day of this week. For all of the daily readings this week, I'll be using the Akashic Tarot. Let me hold up the box so you can see. And this deck is by Sharon Klingler and Sandra Taylor. It's a very beautiful deck. Every time I use it, I like to remind everybody that, even though it's called a tarot deck, it's not actually a traditional tarot deck. It doesn't have the same number of cards. It only has 62 cards. And, a lot of the cards, or there have been cards left out, and a lot of the cards have different, quite different meanings. So, as I go through the daily readings, I'll give you sort of the traditional meaning for the card, and then I'll give you the meaning that this Akashic Tarot gives to the card. Oh, another thing. I had somebody email me asking for an Akashic Records reading, and I do not do those. That's not one of the services that I provide. I find the Akashic Records very interesting. I enjoy this Akashic Tarot deck as well, and some of the messages contained in the cards from this tarot deck, but I don't actually do Akashic Records readings. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'm sure there are other readers here on YouTube that do offer private Akashic Records readings, but I do not offer those. And another thing, all of the readings that I do on YouTube, they are general in nature, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can do that by downloading, probably the quickest way would be by downloading the Instantgo app on your phone. Then you can search me up on the app, Changing Phases Tarot, and we can connect quite quickly for, that it's very good for very, kind of yes-no, quick turnaround readings. If you're interested in a more traditional reading, you can take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find information about the types of readings that I offer as well as pricing. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Okay, I think that's it as far as messages go. So I will stop for now and see you in 1 second for the daily shuffle. Hi again. All right, we are looking for the energies of the day surrounding us on Monday, June 25th, 2018. Spirit, what do we need to know? What are the energies surrounding us on Monday, June 25th? 2018. One card for the energy of the day. Okay, well that came out quickly. And we have the One of Scrolls. And in this deck it's called On Track. Let me hold that up so you get a good look at it. Alright, and put that right here. And I will put, where's green, and where'd my other green go? Here we go. Okay. Now the suit of scrolls in this deck, it would be the suit of air or the suit of swords in the traditional tarot, and it really speaks of, I'm sorry, there's a glare there. You can't see the card very well. It speaks of, mental energy. It's the suit of the mind. It has to do with communication. It has to do with our thoughts, and also, the power of our thoughts, and why it's so important to keep our thoughts positive. As we think, so we become. And this One of Scrolls would be the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot. And aces, we know, they're blessings from the universe. It's sort of the universe extending, this beautiful Ace of Swords to us on Monday. And aces are also cards of victory. It's also a card of, if there's a question that you've been looking for an answer to, then the Ace of Swords especially comes in to say yes, and the Ace of Swords is about clarity, and gaining clarity on a situation, or, whatever it is that, if there's a matter that you've been dealing with, if there's a job you've applied for and you've just been worried, thinking about whether things were going to go right or not, the Ace of Swords comes in to really, to give you the answer that you've been looking for, right? It gives you that clarity. It also has to do with new beginnings, right? It's a beautiful card of new beginnings, also new inspiration or a new point of view, but it's, and this new beginnings really does tie in with, in this particular deck, the On Track is the title that they've given to the Ace of Scrolls, or the One of Scrolls here. And we see that there's this man, and hopefully, well, let me hold it up again. I know it's the lighting. It's that time of day. It starts getting a little bit dark, and I turn the lights on in here, and then it seems like it's very difficult to see. But there's a man, and he's standing, he's at a train station, kind of looking over his shoulder here. He's looking at the signs pointing in different directions, right? Pointing to other tracks, different directions. But he knows that, he has made his decision. So wherever he's heading here, he's looked at a map, he's picked his destination, and he's now ready to embark upon the train here. So, there can be, obviously we have a train and a train station, so there can actually be travel coming in, right, with this card. There could be a move also indicated by this card. It could actually be, physically moving, or physically traveling, or it could just have to do with, moving or changing your mind, or changing your destination, or changing your point of view. If you've been, maybe you've been thinking about changing jobs or changing, course of action kind of thing. This card comes in to say, if you've been a little unsure, now is the time. There's something coming in. It's going to give you, it's time for you to decide. You're going to receive the clarification that you need, that it's going to have that sort of aha moment. Oops, knocking things over. The Ace of Swords is very much about that aha moment. So there might be, you might, if you've been trying to decide what direction to go in, it's like out of nowhere, on Monday, there might be a moment during the day, or there might be something that comes in that's really that aha moment, and is going to push you, all of a sudden you're going to realize what you need to do, where you need to go. Things are going to make sense. Now, the Akashic Force message, can't talk today, sorry, that goes along with the card, it says, take a deep breath and say, I'm back on track. Feel the clarity of that declaration and let that energy fill you as the state of readiness moves through you. Sense just one complete action that will realign you with your purpose. There's, a definite message here of being on track or getting back on track, and that can have to do with, realigning, thinking about your goals, this aha moment that's all of a sudden going to kind of push you, on the right path or get you back on track in some way. So it's a good start to the week, I think, right? Good card to have on Monday. So I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful Monday. Bye for now.